When Ukrainians took to the street last winter for protests that led to the ouster of their pro-Russian president, their message was clear. They wanted closer ties to Western Europe, an end to corruption, and a more just and open society. They elected a new president in May, businessman Petro Poroshenko, who promised to pursue those goals. But he was stymied by the old parliament that was still in office. Lawmakers agreed to closer ties with Europe, but balked at efforts to fight corruption and other measures. So Poroshenko called early parliamentary elections. His bloc is expected to win the most seats and to form a government with other reform-minded parties, according to Andrew Wilson of University College London, who spoke via Skype.
Mostly you're going to have a new kind of patriotic consensus in Parliament. That's not the same thing as pro-reform, though.
Wilson, whose book on the Ukraine crisis has just been published, says most of the current members of Parliament will likely be re-elected, but as many as 50 new members could change the dynamic in the chamber. In the western city of Lviv, magazine editor Taras Wozniak hopes to be one of them.
First, we have to understand and state clearly what kind and what form of country we want to have. After this, we can certainly implement reforms, and this would be our real success.
Wozniak says this is the beginning of a new, more practical era in Ukrainian politics after a long period when people expected miracles from their leaders.
No one loves Poroshenko deeply. The people have made a marriage contract, not a love match, and this is a very good thing.
And the president and his new parliament will face many obstacles, particularly Russia's continuing involvement in the separatist rebellion in eastern Ukraine. Indeed, that region, called Donbass, will not vote on Sunday, but will hold its own election several days later, which the central government has called illegal.
The bottom line is that Russia can be as nasty as it wants to be. Russia wants to get its way. In terms of a de facto state in the Donbass in particular, by political or by military or by economic means.
But while fighting continues in the east and the specter of Russian hostility hangs over Ukraine's future, most of the country feels far removed from the crisis as preparations for its second election since the February Revolution move into their final stages. Pessin, VOA News, London.